Kate Middleton stood in front of her bedroom mirror on that quiet Tuesday morning in November 2010. Her hand shook slightly as she touched the blue dress hanging in her wardrobe. Today was different from all the other days she had spent with William. Today the whole world would be watching her every move and every choice she made. The small apartment she shared with her sister Pippa felt unusually quiet. Even Pippa had left early that morning, knowing how important this day would be for Kate. The blue dress was simple and elegant, but Kate wondered if it was the right choice. She had bought it weeks ago, but never imagined she would wear it for such an important moment in her life. William had called her the night before to tell her about the color of his tie. He mentioned it casually during their phone conversation, but Kate understood the hidden meaning behind his words. They had been together for many years, but this was their first official appearance as an engaged couple. Everything had to be perfect. Kate remembered the first time she met William at university. He was just another student then, wearing casual clothes and trying to blend in with everyone else. She never thought that choosing what to wear would become such an important part of their relationship. Back then, they both wore jeans and sweaters like any other young couple in love. The morning sunlight streamed through her bedroom window as Kate finally put on the blue dress. She looked at herself in the mirror and saw not just Kate Middleton, the girl from Berkshire, but the future Princess of Wales. The transformation felt overwhelming and exciting at the same time. She took a deep breath and tried to calm her racing heart. Her phone buzzed with a text message from William. He was already dressed and waiting for their official photographer to arrive. His message was simple but sweet, telling her that everything would be fine and that they would face this new chapter together. Kate smiled reading his words and felt some of her nervousness disappear. The blue color of her dress reminded Kate of the sapphire engagement ring now sparkling on her finger. The same ring that had once belonged to Princess Diana. She touched the ring gently and thought about the woman who had worn it before her. Diana had also faced the challenge of becoming a royal, and Kate wondered if she had felt the same mixture of fear and excitement. Kate applied her makeup carefully, knowing that every photograph would be studied by fashion experts and royal watchers around the world. She chose simple and natural colors that would complement her blue dress. Her long brown hair was styled in loose waves that looked effortless, but had actually taken her an hour to perfect. The car arrived earlier than expected, and Kate grabbed her small handbag before leaving the apartment. As she walked towards the car, she saw photographers already waiting outside her building. The flashes from their cameras started immediately, but Kate had learned to smile naturally, despite feeling nervous inside. During the short drive to meet William, Kate looked out the window at the familiar streets of London. Everything looked the same as always, but she knew that after today, nothing in her life would ever be the same again. She was about to become one of the most photographed women in the world. When Kate arrived at the location where William was waiting, she saw him standing near the entrance wearing a dark suit with a navy blue tie. The moment she stepped out of the car and saw his tie, she realized they had unconsciously chosen to match each other. William smiled when he saw her, and she knew that this small detail would not go unnoticed by the media. They walked towards each other, and William took her hand gently. The photographers captured every second of their reunion, but Kate only had eyes for William. In that moment, wearing their perfectly matched blue outfits, they looked like two people who truly belonged together. Their first coordinated fashion moment had happened naturally without any planning or discussion. It was the beginning of what would become their signature way of showing the world that they were not just in love, but truly united in everything they did together. Kate Middleton sat in the grand meeting room at Kensington Palace, surrounded by 3 royal staff members who had worked for the monarchy for decades. Large books filled with photographs and color charts covered the mahogany table in front of her. She felt like a student on her first day of school, but the subject was unlike anything she had ever studied before. The head of royal protocol, Mrs. Henderson, was a stern woman in her 60s who had helped prepare several royal brides before Kate. She opened the first book and pointed to a photograph of Queen Elizabeth wearing a bright yellow coat. Mrs. Henderson explained that yellow was worn for happy occasions and public celebrations. Kate nodded and tried to remember every detail. The second book showed pictures of royal family members wearing different shades of blue. Mrs. Henderson told Kate that navy blue represented trust and stability, while lighter blues were perfect for charity events and hospital visits. Kate thought about the blue dress she had worn during her engagement announcement and realized she had accidentally chosen the right color. William arrived during the middle of the lesson carrying 2 cups of tea. He sat down next to Kate and squeezed her hand gently. He could see the overwhelmed expression on her face and wanted to offer some comfort. William had grown up with these rules, but he understood how confusing they must seem to someone learning them for the first time. Mrs. Henderson continued explaining that certain colors should never be worn to specific events. Black was only for funerals and very formal evening occasions. Red had to be chosen carefully because it was associated with passion and could send the wrong message. Green was perfect for environmental events, but should be avoided during political meetings. Kate asked about patterns and textures, which made Mrs. Henderson smile for the first time that day. She explained that floral patterns were ideal for garden parties and outdoor events. Stripes could look too casual for formal occasions, but were perfect for sporting events. Solid colors were always safe choices when Kate felt unsure about what to wear. The jewelry rules seemed even more complicated than the clothing guidelines. Kate learned that certain pieces belonged to the crown and could only be worn with permission from the Queen. Other pieces were considered family heirlooms and came with their own stories and protocols. The engagement ring on her finger was just the beginning of the royal jewelry she would eventually wear. William interrupted the lesson to tell Kate about his mother, Princess Diana. He explained how Diana had used fashion to connect with ordinary people and make them feel comfortable around her. Diana wore bright colors to children's hospitals and chose elegant but simple outfits for charity events. She understood that her clothing choices could make people happy or help them feel less nervous. Kate felt inspired by William's description of his mother, but also worried about living up to such a legacy. Diana had been naturally stylish and seemed to know instinctively what to wear for every occasion. Kate wondered if she would ever develop that same confidence and natural sense of style. The afternoon lesson focused on accessories and their meanings. Hat angles mattered more than Kate had ever imagined. Handbag choices could indicate whether an event was formal or casual. Even the height of her heels sent messages about how long she expected to stand or walk during an engagement. Mrs. Henderson gave Kate homework assignments that included studying photographs of past royal events and identifying the clothing choices that worked well. Kate was also asked to start planning outfits for her upcoming appearances with William. Each outfit needed to be appropriate for the occasion, while also complementing whatever William would be wearing. As the lesson ended, Kate felt both excited and nervous about her new responsibilities. William walked her to her car and reminded her that she did not need to be perfect immediately. He told her that even he sometimes made mistakes with royal protocol, and that the most important thing was to be herself while respecting the traditions of the monarchy. That evening, Kate spread all her notes across her kitchen table and began studying like she was preparing for the most important exam of her life. The morning of April 29, 2011, arrived with golden sunshine streaming through the windows of the Goring Hotel where Kate Middleton was getting ready for her wedding day. She had barely slept the night before thinking about the dress that hung carefully in the adjoining room. 2 billion people around the world would be watching her walk down the aisle of Westminster Abbey. Kate Mother Carroll sat quietly in the corner watching her daughter prepare for the biggest day of her life. The wedding dress designer, Sarah Burton, had arrived early with her team to help Kate get dressed. Every detail had been planned months in advance, but Kate still felt butterflies dancing in her stomach. The dress itself was a masterpiece of British craftsmanship made from ivory satin with intricate lace sleeves that had taken hundreds of hours to create by hand. Kate had worked closely with Sarah Burton to design something that honored royal tradition while still feeling modern and personal. The long train would create a dramatic effect, but Kate worried about managing it during the ceremony. Meanwhile, at Clarence House, Prince William was getting dressed in his military uniform, with help from his brother, Harry, who was serving as his best man. William had chosen to wear the red tunic of the Irish Guards, with a blue sash representing the Order of the Garter. The uniform represented his military service and his commitment to serving his country. Harry helped William adjust his medals and decorations, making sure everything was positioned perfectly. William tried to appear calm, but Harry could see the nervousness in his brother's eyes. This was not just a wedding, but a state occasion that would be remembered in history books. William touched the wedding ring in his pocket and thought about Kate getting ready across London. Back at the Goring Hotel, Kate was having her hair styled in an elegant updo that would support the Cartier halo tiara she would wear. The tiara had been borrowed from Queen Elizabeth and was made of platinum with over 1,000 diamonds. Kate had practiced wearing it several times to get used to the weight and feel comfortable walking with it on her head. The moment arrived for Kate to put on her dress, and the room fell silent as Sarah Burton and her assistants carefully helped her step into it. The dress fit perfectly, and Kate looked at herself in the full-length mirror feeling transformed into a real princess. Her father, Michael Middleton, knocked on the door, and when he saw his daughter, his eyes filled with tears. The drive to Westminster Abbey felt like a dream to Kate as she sat in the glass coach waving to the thousands of people lining the streets of London. Her dress filled the entire seat, and her train was carefully arranged to avoid wrinkles. The crowd cheered and waved flags, creating an atmosphere of celebration that Kate had never experienced before. Inside Westminster Abbey, William waited at the altar wearing his perfectly pressed uniform. When the music began and Kate appeared at the entrance of the cathedral, William's face lit up with pure joy. She looked absolutely beautiful, walking slowly down the long aisle with her father by her side and her train flowing behind her like a river of silk. The moment when Kate reached the altar and stood next to William was captured by photographers around the world. They looked perfectly matched in their formal attire, representing both tradition and their personal love story. William whispered something to Kate that made her smile, and for a moment they forgot about the cameras and the crowd. During the ceremony, Kate and William exchanged rings and vows while wearing outfits that had been chosen to represent their new roles as future king and queen. Kate's dress honored British fashion and craftsmanship, while William's uniform showed his dedication to military service. Together, they looked like they belonged not just with each other, but with the institution of the monarchy. The photographs taken that day would be studied by fashion historians for decades to come. Kate's dress became one of the most copied wedding dresses in history, while William's uniform represented the perfect image of a modern royal groom. But more importantly, their coordinated formal wear told the story of two people who had chosen to face their future together. When they appeared on the balcony of Buckingham Palace after the ceremony, Kate in her flowing white dress and William in his red military uniform created an image that symbolized the continuation of the British monarchy. Their kiss was watched by millions, but it was their perfectly coordinated appearance that showed the world they were truly united as partners in both love and duty. The success of their wedding day fashion choices gave Kate and William confidence that they could use clothing to communicate their unity and values to the world. It was the beginning of their journey as a royal couple who understood the power of coordinated dressing. 3 months after their wedding, Kate and William sat together in their private sitting room at Kensington Palace, planning their outfits for their first official tour as a married couple. Dozens of photographs from their honeymoon were scattered across the coffee table, showing them in casual clothes looking relaxed and happy together. Kate had learned so much about royal fashion rules, but now she wanted to develop her own style that would work alongside William's wardrobe. She opened her notebook where she had been writing down ideas about colors and patterns that looked good when they appeared together. William was impressed by how seriously Kate was taking this aspect of their royal duties. Their first test came during a garden party at Buckingham Palace, where they would meet hundreds of guests from various charities and organizations. Kate chose a yellow dress with small white flowers printed on the fabric. When William saw her outfit that morning, he selected a tie with tiny yellow stripes that perfectly complemented her dress without being too obvious about the coordination. The garden party was a success, and the newspapers the next morning praised how well Kate and William had looked together. Royal fashion experts wrote articles about their subtle matching style, and how it showed they were thinking as a team. Kate cut out the newspaper articles and kept them in a scrapbook to track what worked well and what needed improvement. For their first official portrait session as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Kate and William spent hours discussing what they should wear. They wanted to look formal and royal, but also approachable and modern. Kate chose a navy blue dress, while William selected a suit in a similar shade of blue with a silver tie that matched Cape pearl earrings. The photographer Mario Testino worked with them for several hours, capturing different poses and expressions. In every photograph, Kate and William looked like they belonged together, not just because they were in love, but because their clothing choices created a visual harmony that was pleasing to look at. The official portraits were released to celebrate their first wedding anniversary. During charity visits, Kate and William began experimenting with wearing the signature colors of the organizations they were supporting. When they visited a children's hospital that used bright orange as their brand color, both Kate and William incorporated orange accessories into their outfits. Kate wore an orange scarf, while William chose an orange pocket square for his suit jacket. The children at the hospital immediately noticed the matching orange details, and it became a conversation starter that helped Kate and William connect with the young patients. They realized that coordinated dressing was not just about looking good in photographs, but could actually help them do their royal duties more effectively. Kate started keeping a detailed calendar that showed not only their upcoming engagements, but also notes about what colors and styles would be most appropriate for each event. She color-coded the calendar using different shades to represent formal events, casual visits, and international tours. William was amazed by Kate's organizational skills and attention to detail. Their casual weekend appearances also began showing signs of their coordinated approach to dressing. When they attended polo matches, Kate would wear flowing dresses in soft colors, while William chose shirts and ties that echoed those same tones. Even when they were not working, they looked like a couple who had thought carefully about their appearance. The fashion press started calling their style approach effortless coordination because Kate and William never looked like they were trying too hard to match each other. Instead, they appeared to naturally choose complementary colors and styles that enhanced both their individual personalities and their partnership as a couple. Kate began working with several British fashion designers to create custom pieces that would photograph well next to William formal wear. She learned about which fabrics looked best under camera lights and which colors would stand out during large public events. Every outfit became a carefully planned choice rather than a spontaneous decision. William also started paying more attention to his own wardrobe choices, understanding that his clothing decisions affected how he and Kate looked together. He worked with his tailor to create suits in colors that would complement Kate's favorite dress colors. His tie collection grew to include patterns and shades that would work well with Kate's various outfit choices. By the end of their first year as a married couple, Kate and William had developed a signature style that fashion magazines around the world were trying to copy. They had learned that coordinated dressing was an art form that required planning practice and a deep understanding of how colors and styles worked together to create a unified visual message. Their success with coordinated fashion gave them confidence to take on bigger challenges, including their first major international tour, where they would represent not just themselves, but the entire British monarchy on the world stage. The phone call came early on a gray February morning in 2021 when Kate and William were having breakfast with their children at Amer Hall. Prince Philip had been admitted to the hospital, and the entire royal family was asked to prepare for the possibility of saying goodbye to the man who had served the monarchy for over 70 years. Kate immediately went to her wardrobe and selected a black dress that she kept ready for such occasions. Every member of the royal family maintained mourning clothes that could be worn at a moment's notice. William chose his most formal black suit, and together they looked like a couple prepared to face whatever sadness lay ahead. During the weeks that followed Prince Philip's recovery, Kate and William made several hospital visits to support Queen Elizabeth during this difficult time. For each visit, they dressed in coordinated dark colors that showed respect for the seriousness of the situation. Kate wore navy and black outfits, while William selected ties and suits in matching tones. The photographers who captured their hospital visits noticed how Kate and William's physical gestures matched their coordinated clothing choices. Kate would gently touch William's arm when they walked together, and he would place his hand on her back to guide her through crowds of reporters. Their matching dark outfits emphasized their unity during a challenging family crisis. When Prince Philip sadly passed away in April 2021, Kate and William had to help plan not only their own mourning attire, but also coordinate the clothing choices for their 3 young children. The funeral would be a state occasion broadcast around the world, and every detail of their appearance would be analyzed by millions of viewers. Kate chose a black coat dress with a small diamond brooch that had belonged to Queen Elizabeth's grandmother, Queen Mary. The brooch was lent to Kate specifically for the funeral as a symbol of continuity within the royal family. William wore his military dress uniform with black armbands and ceremonial decorations that honored his grandfather's service to the nation. During the funeral service at Windsor Castle, Kate and William sat together in matching black outfits that conveyed both their personal grief and their support for Queen Elizabeth, who had lost her husband of 73 years. Their coordinated appearance helped create a sense of family unity during one of the most difficult days in recent royal history. The months following Prince Philip's death brought additional challenges as Queen Elizabeth began to appear more fragile and the royal family had to take on more responsibilities. Kate and William coordinated their schedules and their wardrobes to present a strong united front during public appearances that were meant to reassure the British people. During memorial services and commemorative events, Kate and William developed a subtle communication system through their clothing choices. When Kate wore pearls, William would choose cufflinks with similar details. When William wore a particular military medal, Kate would select jewelry that complemented the colors and medals in his decorations. Their coordinated mourning attire extended beyond just color choices to include shared symbols and meaningful accessories. Both Kate and William began wearing pieces of jewelry that had belonged to Prince Philip or had been given to them by Queen Elizabeth. These shared accessories created visual connections between their outfits and the royal family history. The British public noticed how Kate and William supported each other during public appearances following family losses. Their matching dark clothing combined with their gentle physical gestures toward each other created an image of a couple who were facing life difficulties together as equal partners. Kate began keeping a special section in her wardrobe dedicated to mourning and memorial clothing. She worked with her dresser to ensure that she always had appropriate black outfits ready for unexpected sad occasions. William did the same with his formal wear, making sure he could dress appropriately for any solemn royal duty. Their children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, also learned about coordinated dressing during difficult times. For Prince Philip's funeral, the children wore matching dark outfits that showed respect while still being appropriate for their young ages. Kate and William taught them that clothing could be a way of showing love and respect for family members. The fashion press wrote about how Kate and William coordinated mourning attire set a new standard for royal grief presentation. Their outfits managed to look both deeply personal and appropriately formal, showing that they understood the difference between private family sadness and public royal duty. During the most challenging moments, Kate and William coordinated clothing choices became a source of strength that helped them face difficult public appearances together. Their matching outfits reminded them, and everyone watching, that they were not facing these challenges alone, but as a united team committed to supporting each other and the monarchy through any crisis. The experience of coordinating their appearance during family tragedies taught Kate and William that their clothing choices could provide comfort not just to themselves, but to the people who looked to the royal family for stability during uncertain times. The sun was shining brightly on the polo field in Windsor as Kate and William arrived for the charity match that had become one of their favorite annual events. Kate stepped out of their car wearing a flowing summer dress in soft pink with tiny white polka dots, while William walked beside her in cream-colored trousers and a pink striped shirt that perfectly echoed the color of her dress. Prince George, who was 5 years old at the time, ran ahead of his parents wearing shorts and a polo shirt that had pink details on the collar. Princess Charlotte followed in a pink and white sundress that made her look like a miniature version of her mother. Even baby Prince Louis wore a romper with pink accents that tied the whole family look together. The polo match was a relaxed family event where Kate and William could show their more casual, coordinated style. Kate sat on a picnic blanket with the children while William played in the match, and every photograph captured their family harmony through their thoughtful color coordination. The pink theme made them look like they had planned their outfits together, but in a natural, effortless way. During the halftime break, William jogged over to where Kate was sitting with the children, and she handed him a bottle of water while adjusting the collar of his polo shirt. The gesture was captured by photographers and showed how their coordinated outfits were just one part of their natural partnership as a couple and as parents. Their 10th wedding anniversary celebration in April 2021 gave Kate and William another opportunity to showcase their joyful, coordinated style. For their official anniversary portraits, they chose to wear casual clothes that reflected their more relaxed approach to royal life. Kate wore a blue floral dress, while William selected a sweater in a complementary shade of blue. The anniversary photographs were taken in the gardens of Kensington Palace, where Kate and William could be themselves without the formality of state occasions. Their matching blue outfits, combined with their genuine smiles and relaxed body language, created images that showed a couple who were truly happy together after 10 years of marriage. Prince George's 7th birthday party was another occasion where the family coordinated style created beautiful memories. Kate organized a backyard celebration where she wore a casual sundress with yellow flowers, while William chose a yellow polo shirt. The children all wore outfits with yellow accents that made the family photos look bright and cheerful. The birthday party photographs showed Kate and William as normal parents who happened to be royals rather than formal figures performing their duties. Their coordinated yellow outfits emphasized the joy of the family celebration and created a warm feeling that people around the world could relate to and enjoy. Christmas morning at Sandringham became another opportunity for Kate and William to show their coordinated family style. For their traditional walk to church, Kate wore an elegant coat in forest green, while William selected a tie in a similar shade. The children outfits all included touches of green that created a beautiful family portrait against the winter landscape. The Christmas photographs were shared around the world and showed the royal family as a unit that was both formal enough for their royal duties and warm enough to represent the spirit of family celebration. Their coordinated green outfits emphasized the connection between their public roles and their private happiness as a family. During summer garden parties at Buckingham Palace, Kate and William developed a signature style of coordinated bright colors that reflected the cheerful atmosphere of these events. Kate might wear a coral dress, while William chose a tie with coral stripes, or she would select a yellow outfit, while he wore yellow pocket squares or cufflinks. The garden party guests always commented on how Kate and William coordinated style made them appear approachable and friendly while still maintaining their royal dignity. Their bright matching colors created a welcoming atmosphere that helped guests feel comfortable meeting members of the royal family. Kate and William children's sports days at school became opportunities for the couple to show their most relaxed, coordinated style. They would arrive wearing casual clothes in matching colors that allowed them to blend in with other parents, while still looking like the stylish couple that people expected them to be. Prince George cricket matches were particularly special occasions where Kate and William would wear white and cream-colored outfits that honored the traditional colors of the sport. Kate would wear white trousers and cream-colored tops, while William selected white shirts and cream-colored sweaters that created a classic English summer look. The school sports day photographs showed Kate and William as parents who were genuinely excited about their children's activities rather than as royals performing their duties. Their coordinated casual outfits emphasized their role as supportive parents who wanted to celebrate their children's achievements. Their coordinated dressing during joyful occasions became a way for Kate and William to share their happiness with the world while creating beautiful family memories that their children would treasure forever. The bright colors and relaxed styles they chose for celebrations showed that royal life could include genuine joy and family togetherness. These happy coordinated moments balanced the more serious aspects of their royal duties and showed that Kate and William understood how to use fashion to communicate different emotions and messages depending on the occasion and the audience they were addressing. The airplane carrying Kate and William touched down at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi on a warm April morning in 2016. As they prepared for their first official tour of India, both Kate and William knew that their clothing choices during the next week would be studied not just by fashion magazines, but by diplomats and government officials from both countries. Kate had spent months preparing for this tour, working with her stylist and researching traditional Indian colors patterns and cultural meanings. She had learned that certain colors were considered lucky in Indian culture, while others might be inappropriate for specific occasions. Every outfit in her suitcase had been chosen to show respect for their host country. For their arrival at the airport, Kate wore a flowing cream-colored dress with blue patterns that reminded viewers of traditional Indian block printing techniques. William selected a blue shirt that complemented Kate's dress, while also incorporating elements that honored the Indian flag colors. Their first coordinated appearance on Indian soil set the tone for the entire successful tour. The welcome ceremony at the Presidential Palace in New Delhi required formal attire that would photograph well against the backdrop of one of India's most important government buildings. Kate chose a white dress with intricate beadwork that sparkled in the bright sunlight, while William wore a white shirt with a tie that incorporated traditional Indian design elements. During their visit to the Taj Mahal, Kate and William recreated the famous photograph that had been taken of Princess Diana at the same location decades earlier. Kate wore a blue and white dress that honored both the memory of William's mother and the significance of the monument they were visiting. William's blue shirt created a coordinated look that showed unity while respecting the emotional importance of the moment. The evening reception hosted by the British High Commissioner required Kate and William to balance British formal wear with Indian-inspired details. Kate wore an elegant gown in deep blue with silver embroidery that reflected traditional Indian craftsmanship techniques. William selected a dinner jacket with silver cufflinks that matched the metallic details in Kate's dress. Their visit to a children's charity in Mumbai became an opportunity to show how coordinated dressing could help them connect with local communities. Kate wore a bright yellow dress that is considered a happy and auspicious color in Indian culture, while William chose a yellow tie that showed he understood and respected local customs. The children at the charity immediately noticed Kate and William coordinated yellow outfits, and it became a conversation starter that helped break down barriers between the royal visitors and their young hosts. The photographs from this visit showed how thoughtful fashion choices could enhance diplomatic relationships at a grassroots level. During their cricket match appearance, Kate and William wore white outfits that honored the traditional colors of the sport, while incorporating Indian design elements that showed cultural awareness. Kate's white dress had subtle embroidery details inspired by Indian textiles, while William's white shirt featured buttons made from traditional Indian materials. The cricket event was broadcast live across India, and millions of viewers could see that Kate and William had made an effort to honor Indian culture through their clothing choices. Their coordinated white outfits looked respectful and appropriate, while still maintaining their distinctive British royal style. Their final evening in India included a formal dinner where Kate and William needed to look appropriately dressed for photographs that would appear in newspapers around the world the next morning. Kate chose a red gown that incorporated both British and Indian design elements, while William selected a black dinner jacket with red accessories that matched Kate's dress. The success of their India tour was measured not just by the diplomatic meetings and agreements that were signed, but also by the positive reaction from Indian media to Kate and William's coordinated fashion choices. Indian fashion magazines praised their cultural sensitivity and understanding of local customs. 6 months later, Kate and William embarked on a tour of Canada, where they again used coordinated fashion to show respect for their host country. For their arrival in Victoria, Kate wore a navy blue dress, while William selected a suit in a similar shade that incorporated the colors of the Canadian flag through his tie and pocket square. During their visit to a First Nations community in British Columbia, Kate and William both wore traditional gifts that had been presented to them by local leaders. Kate wore a beautiful woven scarf, while William accepted a traditional vest that he wore over his shirt. Their willingness to incorporate local traditional clothing into their royal outfits showed deep respect for Indigenous culture. The whale-watching expedition off the coast of Vancouver required practical clothing that would still photograph well for the international media following their tour. Kate wore a striped sweater in navy and white, while William chose a similar nautical-inspired outfit that created a coordinated casual look appropriate for their outdoor activities. Their final evening in Canada included a state dinner where Kate wore a stunning gown in red and white that directly honored the Canadian flag colors. William selected a white dinner jacket with red accents that perfectly complemented Kate's dress, while showing their appreciation for Canadian hospitality. The Canadian media praised Kate and William for their thoughtful approach to diplomatic dressing, noting that their coordinated outfits had enhanced rather than overshadowed the important political and cultural exchanges that had taken place during their visit. These international tours taught Kate and William that coordinated fashion could be a powerful tool for international diplomacy when combined with cultural research, respect for local customs, and genuine interest in building relationships between nations. Prince George was only 3 years old when he first noticed that his parents always seemed to wear colors that looked good together. During breakfast at Kensington Palace, he pointed to Kate's blue dress and then to William's blue tie and asked why they always matched each other. Kate and William exchanged smiles, realizing that their son was beginning to understand the family approach to coordinated dressing. Kate knelt down to George's eye level and explained in simple words that when a family wears colors that go well together, it shows that they care about each other and want to look nice when they go out together. George nodded seriously and ran to his room to find a blue shirt that would match his parents' outfits for their planned visit to a children's museum that afternoon. Princess Charlotte was even more interested in family coordination than her older brother. By the age of 4, she would carefully examine Kate's outfit each morning and ask her nanny to help her choose clothes that would complement her mother colors. Charlotte's natural eye for color and style impressed both Kate and William, who realized their daughter had inherited a genuine interest in fashion. The family's first major coordinated public appearance came during Charlotte's 4th birthday celebration at Kensington Palace. Kate organized a garden party where she wore a yellow floral dress, while William selected a yellow tie and pocket square. George wore shorts with a yellow striped shirt, while Charlotte chose a yellow sundress with white flowers that made her look like a miniature version of her mother. The birthday party photographs captured the Cambridge family looking perfectly coordinated without appearing overly planned or artificial. The yellow color theme created a warm, sunny feeling that matched the joyful occasion, while teaching the children about the importance of presenting themselves as a unified family unit. Prince Louis, who was the youngest of the 3 children, began showing signs of understanding family coordination even before he could properly speak. During family outings, he would point to colors on his clothes and then point to similar colors on his parents' or siblings' outfits. Kate and William realized that coordination was becoming a natural part of their family culture. The annual Christmas morning walk to church at Sandringham became an important lesson in formal family coordination. Kate would lay out outfit options for each child, explaining why certain colors and styles were appropriate for the occasion. George learned to choose between formal coats, while Charlotte practiced walking in her special church shoes. For Christmas 2019, the Cambridge family appeared in coordinated shades of blue and green that created a beautiful winter portrait against the Norfolk countryside. Kate wore an elegant green coat, while William selected a blue scarf that complemented her outfit. The children all had touches of blue and green in their winter clothing that tied the family look together. George's first day at his new school required careful consideration of how the family should present themselves to the media and other parents. Kate wore a navy blue dress that looked appropriate for a school environment, while William chose a navy suit that created coordination without looking too formal for a school setting. Charlotte's outfit for her first day at the same school the following year showed how much she had learned about appropriate dressing from watching her mother. She chose a navy pinafore that matched Kate's navy accessories, while still allowing her personality to shine through her choice of hair ribbons and shoes. The family skiing holidays in the French Alps provided opportunities for casual coordination that the children particularly enjoyed. Kate and William would wear matching ski outfits in bright colors, while the children learned to choose their own ski gear in complementary shades. The family photos from these trips showed them looking athletic and coordinated while having genuine fun together. During public appearances, the children began naturally standing in positions that showcased their coordinated outfits effectively. George would stand next to William when they wore similar colored clothing, while Charlotte would hold Kate's hand when their dresses complemented each other. These natural gestures showed that coordination had become an instinctive part of their family behavior. Kate began teaching Charlotte about appropriate colors for different occasions, explaining that bright, cheerful colors were perfect for happy events, while darker, more serious colors were better for formal ceremonies. Charlotte listened carefully and began asking questions about why certain colors were chosen for specific family appearances. The children's sports days at Thomas Battersea School became opportunities for the family to practice casual coordination in a relaxed environment. Kate and William would wear comfortable clothes in matching colors, while encouraging the children to choose their own sporty outfits that complemented the family color scheme for that day. Prince George tennis lessons provided another chance for family coordination with a sporty theme. Kate would wear white tennis dresses while William chose white polo shirts, and the children learned to select appropriate white clothing for their tennis activities. These coordinated tennis outfits became some of their favorite family photographs. As the children grew older, they began making suggestions about family coordination for upcoming events. Charlotte would recommend color combinations while George would point out when someone's outfit did not quite match the rest of the family. Their active participation showed that coordination had become a natural part of their family identity. The success of teaching their children about coordinated dressing gave Kate and William confidence that they were passing on important lessons about family unity, presentation skills, and the responsibility that comes with being members of the royal family who are always in the public eye. Their children's understanding of family coordination became evident during spontaneous public appearances, when photographers would capture the Cambridge family looking naturally coordinated, even when they had not specifically planned their outfits for media attention. In the spring of 2024, Kate and William sat together in their private study at Adelaide Cottage, looking through hundreds of photographs that documented their journey as a coordinated royal couple over the past 14 years. The images showed their evolution from nervous young newlyweds to confident senior royals who had mastered the art of using fashion to communicate their unity and values. The earliest photographs from 2010 showed Kate and William accidentally matching outfits with surprised expressions when they realized their unconscious coordination. The most recent photos captured them effortlessly coordinating their appearance while maintaining their individual styles and personalities. The transformation was remarkable and showed how much they had learned about the power of coordinated presentation. Fashion historians from universities around the world had begun studying Kate and William's approach to royal dressing as an example of how modern monarchies could use clothing to connect with contemporary audiences while respecting traditional protocols. Their coordination style had been analyzed in academic papers and museum exhibitions dedicated to royal fashion evolution. The Victoria and Albert Museum in London had requested several of Kate and William coordinated outfits for a special exhibition about royal couples throughout history. The museum curators explained that Kate and William represented a new approach to royal presentation that balanced formality with accessibility, making them more relatable to ordinary people. Young couples around the world had begun copying Kate and William coordination style for their own weddings and special occasions. Wedding planners reported increased requests for coordinated bride and groom outfits that showed unity without being too matchy. Kate and William had influenced how an entire generation thought about presenting themselves as couples. The fashion industry had taken notice of their approach, creating entire collections inspired by their coordinated royal style. British designers regularly referenced Kate and William outfits when creating pieces for couples who wanted to achieve similar coordination in their own wardrobes. Their influence extended far beyond royal circles into mainstream fashion culture. Social media platforms were filled with accounts dedicated to analyzing Kate and William coordinated outfits, with fashion enthusiasts sharing detailed breakdowns of their color choices, fabric selections, and styling techniques. Young people studied their coordination methods and applied similar principles to their own relationships and family presentations. Kate and William children had grown into teenagers who naturally understood the importance of family coordination, but were also developing their own individual styles within the family framework. Prince George had begun showing interest in fashion design, while Princess Charlotte demonstrated a natural talent for color coordination that reminded everyone of her mother abilities. The impact of their coordinated dressing extended beyond fashion into their charitable work and diplomatic efforts. Organizations that had been visited by Kate and William reported that their thoughtful attention to color coordination and cultural sensitivity had enhanced the success of their visits and helped build stronger relationships with local communities. International relations experts credited Kate and William fashion diplomacy with improving Britain relationships with several countries, where their coordinated outfits had shown respect for local customs and traditions. Their clothing choices had become an important part of British soft power and cultural influence around the world. The couple had also influenced how other royal families approached coordinated dressing, with European monarchies adopting similar strategies for their own public appearances. Kate and William had set a new standard for royal presentation that emphasized partnership, equality, and mutual support through coordinated fashion choices. Fashion students at design schools studied Kate and William coordination techniques as examples of how clothing could be used to communicate complex messages about relationships, family values, and institutional representation. Their approach had become a case study in the power of thoughtful fashion choices. As they prepared for their future roles as king and queen consort, Kate and William knew that their coordinated dressing would continue to evolve, but the foundation they had built over 14 years would remain constant. They had proven that two people could maintain their individual identities while presenting themselves as a unified team. Their legacy in coordinated royal fashion would inspire future generations of royal couples who would face the challenge of balancing personal expression with public duty. Kate and William had shown that coordination did not mean sacrificing individuality, but rather finding ways to enhance each other's strengths through thoughtful presentation. The lasting impact of their coordinated dressing style would be remembered as one of their most significant contributions to modernizing the British monarchy. They had used fashion to make the royal family more accessible and relatable, while maintaining the dignity and respect that their positions required. Looking ahead, Kate and William felt confident that their approach to coordinated dressing would continue serving them well as they took on greater responsibilities within the royal family. Their clothing choices would remain an important way of showing their unity, their commitment to each other, and their dedication to serving the British people with dignity, grace, and style. Their story had proven that sometimes the most powerful messages about love, partnership, and family unity could be communicated without saying a single word, simply through the thoughtful coordination of two people who had chosen to face life journey together as equal partners in every possible way.